guys, isn't it Talks here again. Sorry, for a very long time I've not been able to make a video for us. I'm so sorry. I miss you guys too. I so miss you. If you know me in person, or if you have watched my last video, I made a comment telling you that I'm in school now. I'm still a student and undergraduate. So we are writing our third year first semester exam, and I'm not done with my really, but some things are more necessary right now, which include making a video for us on YouTube. So I'm back again, and I'm back with something else. And today's video is titled "We Are Not." Stammerers are not. There are things we need to clear. There are air we need to clear. There are a lot of things we need to clear from people's eyes. I think that people have a lot of skill in their eyes. Like, people have a lot of misunderstanding about people who are stammerers, and today I want to clear us on some. On the one side, I hope you are very open to watching this. You're very open to understanding what I am about to say, because what I'm about to say will help you to understand other people better. What I'm about to say, mostly because most people think that whatsoever I'm doing, whatever I'm saying, is for only people who have a stutter. There are so many speech disorders. If you know, we have the Tourette syndrome. I've met with a doctor who told me that there are a lot of speech disorders people do not know about. Like stammering and Tourette, for example, are the very few people know about. That there are a lot of speech disorder that people are ignorant of, and as such, people tend to think that some of those things are spiritual or mental retardation, or so many things. Like people think so many things about things that are not. So today I'll be clearing our head about stammering. So this video is "We Are Not." So the first one is anger. It's been a very big illusion that stammerers are very angry people who cannot keep their water in a cup, people who cannot, in my dialect, it says people who cannot drink water and keep cup. They have people think that stammerers are angry people who have no inner peace. A small thing can make them flee up, because they think that we have petrol inside of us, and at every small thing we want to explode. Now let's get this thing straight. Stammerers are not angry people. As I said in my last video, if you haven't watched, just go down, click on the video down below to watch it. Anger might be common among people who have a stutter, but it is because they are naturally angry people. Because I know, I've met a lot of people who are stammerers but not angry people, and I've met people who also are not stammerers, and they're very, and they are very explosive people. They have explosive personalities when it comes to anger. So I believe that stammerers are not angry people. It depends on the personality of that person, even if that person is a stammerer or not a stammerer. So it depends on what you or what the person is about. So let's go to number 2 of "We Are Not." So we are not, one, very angry people. Number 2, stammerers are not mentally ill people. I come from a place, I'm a Nigerian, I'm an Igbo girl, I'm from Anambra State. I come from a place where most people think that people who are stammerers are people who have a mental disorder. Like, people think that people who are stammerers cannot think well for themselves. If you have watched my first ever video I uploaded on YouTube, I said stammering is a speech disorder which affects a part of the brain that is responsible for speech making, and this in terms make the individual to break his or her words involuntarily. Now, it affects the brain, yes, but the part of the brain it affects is the part responsible for speech making, not thinking, not that part that articulates speech or people's thoughts, not that part, or our how would I, or the mind, but physical part of the body. So the part of the brain that is rumored to be affected, that cause stammering, is the part that is responsible for speech making. So people think, because I come from a part of the world that thinks that people who stutter are mentally ill people. Like, even if you dress fine, you come out and you're looking beautiful, you're handsome, people tend to say, oh, man, I'm handsome in English, but she's stammering or he's stammering. That should stop. People who are stammerers do not have a mental problem unless that person, besides stammering, has a mental problem. But the case of one stammering doesn't make that person mentally ill. So I think people, in short, I hold in high regard. People should stop thinking that people who are stammerers are mentally ill people. We are not mad. Me, I'm not mad. People who I know who are stammerers are not mad. We think clearly. We may even think better than you do. Sorry to say that, but I know so. Most people who I know who are stammerers have very sharp minds. Like, when I stay with them, I'll be like, what is making these people or this set of people, sharper than the others? I even feel I'm not trying to praise this disorder because I have it, but the most intelligent people I've come across in my life are people who have a stutter. In my life today, I have about 18 people at least who are stammerers. All my contacts, like people who I've met, I know they're stammerers people, and they're doing so well in their fields, whatsoever it is that they are doing. They're very intelligent people. The best singer I've met in my life is a stammerer. Let's not go there. Let's go to the third point. Let's hit it. Point 3. Stammering is not a stain. Stammering is not a curse. This should go more especially to the African people in a larger community. I'll say to the African people, but this I really want to stress to the Igbo man, like to the Igbo human being. I've seen people who have seen me, when they see me walk, when they see me maybe smile, or maybe something like they look at my appearance and they love it. Then when I speak, in the course of speaking, they tend to realize that I have a stammer. They'll say, hey, a fine girl like this is stammering. God, that nonsense should stop. Stammering is not a stain. Stammering is not a death sentence. Stammering is not what brings someone status down. Let's tend to lay out our energy or place our priorities better, like in better places. Stain to a person should include people who are unfaithful, people who steal, people who lie, people who kill other people, people who break other people's hearts. Let's try to rechannel our energy to the right places, because I think it's better. Stammering is not a stain. Stammering is not a death sentence. If you have a child who have a stutter, I think the best thing for you to do is to know how to manage your child, because that child would always, yes, I'm sure, would always have an area where he or she will have a very keen interest. Who would have told my mother that her last child would one day be someone who is a camera freak, like a mic freak, someone who always wants to talk in front of the crowd? She would never have known, but her support, her kindness gave me this confidence, and God, of course, and people who are really supportive to the kind of things I do. So those people help me. God is my backup, like God is my main man. So he has always been there. So try to encourage people who have a stutter. Don't think that their stuttering is a stain to them. It is not a stain. The people who I have met who are stammerers tend to now, when we tell people, or when we make people feel that stammering is a stain, it gets them to become less of who they are, and it makes them to become very, very inclined, like they always want to keep to themselves, and we cannot get the best from them, and even the society at large will not be able to get the best from them. So stammering is not a stain. Stammering it's just like every other thing. You are speaking fluently, you're enjoying it. Let someone else speak with the breaks and the cracks and hear how beautiful it sounds. Always think out of the box, always think, always think positive. Just be optimistic about everything, because I feel that life is a love song. But some people choose to listen to this song as if it is a heartbreak song. It's not heartbreaking. Just tend to listen more, tend to be more open, and so number 4 of what we have today, there is an illusion. The people who are stammerers have single bone. That I do not know what it means. That I do not know if it is medically correct. Like if in the human body there is a kind of bone called single bone. I'll ask my doctor friend after the video, so in my next video I'll tell you what he told me. But I do not think that there is a kind of bone in the body that is called the single bone, or there is a joint that is fused in some individuals and not fused in other individuals. People, most of what I say on this channel, I say it based on experience and observation. People will tell you, "Nasons, ademi woko, single bone." In English, it says, "I'm a stammerer, I'm hot-tempered, and I have a single bone." That I do not know what it means. Then this make other people scared of people who are stammerers. Like, in short, I have been in places when I was not so much younger, maybe last 5 years or maybe last 2 years or so. But I actually know that then I've not been so well born again. Yes, I would say that. People tend to avoid me in a fight. Like, my fellow girls tend to like avoid me in an argument, because I don't know what they are thinking. I don't even think that I'm a very strong person when it comes to the physical feasting. I think I'm stronger when it comes to my intelligence and my emotions. That I know that I know how to I know how to use this two God-given gifts very well. My intelligence and my emotions, I know how to do that. But the physical strength is what I cannot say. But people tend to think that I can beat them up very well. People who are stammerers, I don't know if there's anything like single bone. And they say that it's somewhere at your front wrist that a bone there is fused. People who are stammerers have single bones. Once they hit you when you're down. We have to confirm this assertion, because I do not think it's true. So people who are stammerers, their bone are just like the bone of every other person. Nobody have a single bone. No one is gonna give you a blow and you're just gonna fall down with one blow. But be careful how you talk to people, because when their emotions is piled up, even a slap might kill you. So be very careful. The 5th one I'm going to be saying, and this will be the last one, is that stammering is not all the same thing. So we are not the same. Stammering, or rather we are the same, but the stammering is not the same thing. This I would say, I've come across people who, when they speak, they stammer occasionally. I've met people that when they speak, they stammer often. I've met people that when they speak, they stammer always. I've met some other people who, when they speak, they tap. Some nod their head, some blink their eyes, some tap their feet. And for people who are very severe stammerers, they can even beat the person they are talking to. But we are not all the same thing. Like, for someone as me, I always tell people, like, I've met people who do not believe that I am a stammerer. Like, I've met people who I'm very close with, and they tend to pretend, because I think it's pretense. They tend to pretend that they don't hear me when I stammer or stutter whatsoever. Then I've met some other people who love the way I speak solely because I stammer. I've met people who have told me openly that one of the reasons I love you is because of how you speak. So I think that there are different kinds of stammering. I know that stammering cannot be all of the same thing. So whatsoever yours is, try to put it in a way that it will help you. How will I say this? For those who used to beat people when stammering, please try to stop doing that. If you can stop doing that, go and start fighting. Maybe join the Nigerian army, or you join the boxing, you know, championships, or you join taekwondo, whatsoever. But stop beating people, or learn to be confident in yourself. You can watch my second video here on YouTube to see what I said about how to calm stammering and how to gain confidence in yourself. So my dear people, this will be all for today. Isn't it Talks is writing the exam, Isn't it Talks is busy, but some things are more necessary, some things are more important than some things, and that is the reason why I decided to make a video today. So please pardon me, do not forget to share, do not forget to like, do not forget to subscribe on my YouTube channel at Isn't it Talks, and follow me also on all platforms. I will be leaving my Instagram handle somewhere at the top, so you could easily follow me. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for your love. Your girl is grateful. Bye.